You're 6 years old the first time you step onto the mat, not the soft carpet in your living room or the grass outside your school, but the real kind, spring-loaded, chalk-dusted, humming faintly under the weight of 100 tiny footsteps. The gym smells like sweat and disinfectant, and the air is full of sharp sounds. Music from a floor routine, a coach's whistle, a dull thud from a landing gone slightly wrong. It should be overwhelming, but you're not overwhelmed. You're mesmerized. At first, your parents just think it's another activity, a way to burn energy, make friends, maybe improve your coordination. But from the first class, something clicks. Other kids stumble through cartwheels. Yours are straight and clean. You can hold a handstand longer than the coach expects. You point your toes without being told. No one teaches you to love it. You just do. Your coach pulls your parents aside after the third or fourth practice and uses words like potential and fast-tracked. You don't know what they mean. You just know that the gym makes sense in a way the rest of the world doesn't. Your body understands it. It feels like home. Soon you're moved to the pre-team group. It means extra practices, more drills, fewer games. You'd rather do splits than play tag anyway. You're the smallest on the beam, the youngest in the group, but you don't care. You want to learn. You want to be good. By the time you're 7, gymnastics isn't just something you do. It's who you are. Your friends bring Barbie dolls to school. You bring your first medal. They spend weekends at birthday parties. You're at the gym, learning kip progressions and back handsprings. You feel proud of that. Your parents adjust quickly. Dinner happens in the car. Homework gets done in the bleachers. Life orbits around your training schedule. You don't resent it. You feel lucky. People start calling you a natural. Coaches pay attention. You don't really understand why you're different. You just know you are, and it feels like the best thing in the world. You don't dream of the Olympics yet. You don't even know what elite means. All you know is that when your feet leave the floor, you feel like you were meant to fly. By the time you're 9, gymnastics is no longer just fun. It's structure. It's discipline. It's hours upon hours of repetition. Before school, you stretch in the living room. After school, you're back at the gym, drilling the same skills until they're muscle memory. You don't question it. This is just how it works. The schedule tightens. 4 days of practice becomes 5, then 6. 3 hours turns into 4.5. Conditioning ramps up. Hollow holds, rope climbs, leg lifts until your abs burn. You finish your homework in the back seat on the way home, half asleep, with chalk still in your hair. You eat dinner in a rush, ice your ankles, and go to bed sore. Injuries begin to creep in, small at first. Your wrists ache from bars. Your heels throb from pounding landings. Your lower back feels tight all the time. You learn to tape your own ankles to hide pain so you don't get pulled from the lineup. You understand that injuries don't stop practices. They just change how you train. Your friends from school stop inviting you to sleepovers. You've said no too many times. They don't get why you can't miss practice for a birthday party, why you'd rather stretch at home than play outside. Sometimes you want to join them, but the thought of skipping practice fills you with guilt. You stop seeing gymnastics as something you do for fun and start seeing it as a responsibility. You chose this. That's what you remind yourself when you're holding a plank for 2 minutes, while your arms tremble, or when your coach says, again for the 5th time in a row. You've grown used to the pressure, not just from your coaches, but from yourself. You're not trying to impress anyone anymore. You're trying to prove you belong, that you're good enough, that the talent people saw in you wasn't a fluke. Other kids your age are just learning walkovers. You're connecting flight series on beam, flipping Yurchenkos on vault. You're still a child, but your body is being trained like a machine, and somehow you still love it, even when it hurts, even when it's lonely, because you believe in where this is going. You believe in who you're becoming. You're 13 and people start calling you elite, not just in ability, but in title. You're competing level 10 now, maybe training for Hopes or Junior Elite. You're in the gym 30 hours a week, sometimes more. You've traded in school for online classes. The gym isn't just where you train, it's where you live. You know the names of every U.S. national team member. You can recite the Olympic code of points better than your multiplication tables. Your walls are covered in leotards and medals, but you barely notice them anymore. Winning is expected. Podiums are pressure. Your coaches are intense. They push, prod, demand. They're not mean, just serious. If they raise their voice, you don't flinch. You've learned to take critique like fuel. You've learned that tears don't mean you're weak, just that you care. You cry during splits, during conditioning, sometimes during water breaks when no one's looking. Then you wipe your face, get back up, and do it again. Your body starts changing. You grow a little taller, your hips shift, and suddenly skills you could do blindfolded start feeling off. Your timing is different. You fall more. You get frustrated faster. Your coaches tell you it's normal. Your mind doesn't believe them. Then it happens. A landing, a twist, a knee. 1 second you're in the air, the next you're on the mat, screaming. You've never screamed before, not like this. You know something's wrong. Your coach runs over, your leg won't move, and the pain takes your breath away. ACL full tear, surgery required. 12 to 18 months. Just like that, the dream pauses. You watch from the sidelines as teammates upgrade routines, travel to camps, climb the rankings. You feel like you're sinking. You go to physical therapy while they fly to invitationals. You post encouraging messages on their meet photos while icing your swollen knee. You smile, but it feels hollow. You start asking yourself questions you've never asked before. What if I never come back? What if this was my peak? Who am I if I'm not the best one in the gym anymore? The hardest part isn't the surgery. It's not even the pain. It's the silence, the absence, the feeling that the world kept turning without you in it. You used to believe talent was everything. Now you understand. Talent is fragile. The real question is how much you're willing to endure just to have another chance. You don't come back the same. No one ever does. After surgery, the recovery is slow, lonely, frustrating. You spend hours just trying to straighten your leg. Days go by where your biggest victory is bending it a single degree further. The gym is still there, but now it's something you watch, not something you do. You finally return to training, cautiously, carefully. Your confidence doesn't come back all at once. Every landing feels like a gamble. Every twisting pass feels like it might be the last. But slowly you rebuild. You learn your new limits. You modify, you adapt. College coaches still call. Not as many and not with the same urgency, but enough. You're no longer the sure thing. You're a calculated risk. But you take the offer. You want to prove that you're not done. When you arrive on campus, you're not the star. You're not even in the starting lineup. Everyone here was once a standout. Everyone has medals, stories, injuries of their own. You look around and realize this isn't high school anymore. There's no spotlight waiting. You have to earn everything again. So you do. You train smarter now. You understand your body in ways you never did before. You don't throw skills just to impress anymore. You throw them clean, consistent, reliable. You ice after every practice, tape before every meet. Your name isn't always in the headlines, but your team counts on you. By sophomore year, you're back in the lineup. You stick a beam routine cold and the whole arena erupts. You hit your first full floor routine since the injury, and your teammates cry before you do. You're not the flashiest gymnast, but you're solid, you're steady. You've become the one they trust. And something shifts. You stop measuring your worth by difficulty scores. You stop obsessing over who's ahead of you. You begin to realize that gymnastics doesn't owe you anything, but it's still giving you something. Purpose, pride, peace. You learn how to lead, how to lift others up, how to find joy in their success without losing your own. You're not who you once were, but maybe that's the point. You've stopped chasing perfection and started chasing purpose. You've learned that strength isn't just about what your body can do. It's about who you are when the spotlight dims. And eventually it does. There's no grand finale, no lights, no ceremony. One day, your eligibility ends. The season wraps. You take off your grips, hang up your last leotard, and that's it. Gymnastics doesn't say goodbye. It just moves on without you. You coach now. You spot little kids on beam and help them swing to the high bar. You smile when they stick a landing. Even as your own knees ache from years of wear, you see yourself in them. The hunger, the joy, the drive. You want to protect them from the pain, but you know you can't. That's part of it. You don't talk about the nights you iced in silence, the pressure that hollowed you out, the meets you competed injured just to stay visible. You just say, nice job. You say, try again. You say, you've got this. And sometimes you still dream about it. The music, the mat, the breathless hush before a dismount. The feeling that for one moment, the world is waiting for you to fly. You wake up smiling even if it hurts. Because once you've given everything to this sport, it never really leaves you. You'll always be a gymnast.